second-hand suicide, maybe in the family, maybe with a relative, maybe with a friend, so that we understand what drives people to be suicidal, guys. So we hope that people are going to be glued to the screen as we talk about something so sensitive and something that we can learn from and something that we can definitely support each other when it comes to. Welcome to the show, guys, and I'm not alone on the show on a Health Tuesday. I am with Nogupila Masanga and my beautiful co-host, Sawubona Masanga.
How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was cold, but definitely awesome. Yeah.
I think I'm from the Manzini region, and I came back to the side of the country thinking that things would be better, but it just got worse.
It just got worse.
It just got colder and colder, But then what can we say? The likes of South Africa, we are blessed to have the snow, right?
How did you celebrate your birthday? Because see, I do go to a happy belated birthday anyway.
Okay, I'm still to celebrate my birthday because it cast banning since 6 by September.
Okay.
So I had to put them first, make sure that they celebrate their birthdays. Minega saying after September, responsible. I celebrate my day and make sure that they step forward.
Definitely.
So, I'm here to celebrate my birthday, and I'm glad that my family, those that are born in September in my family, celebrated their birthdays perfectly. Otherwise, the weekend was okay. Except that South Africa was so blessed; they had the snow, right? Snow was California, But South Africa was lucky enough over the weekend, over the past week actually. Cold front, the snow. They had fun with the snow.
Welcome to South Africa,
was snow girl, was snow baby. There's a lot that we saw. But unfortunately, there's the good and bad side of everything. They were locked into, the snow. Locked in by the snow. Let's see, South Africa, which was really, really sad. But hopefully, snow. Otherwise, the weekend was good, Norma. And good evening to our viewers. We hope that you guys had a beautiful weekend. Welcome to the show. Golden Hour. So suicide prevention. September naba wathi ke sesiyakutshela thina ukuthi inyanga September emhlabeni wonke inyanga lapho khona sibuka indzaba ukuthi yini isuicide bangayini suicide bangayini ukuthi umuntu agcina afika esigabeni lapho khona athatha yakhe impilo dinenge izathu ebabala sibene lithuba lelihle ukuthi sikhulumisane nabo bantu abasha male and female basikhulumise ngayo indzaba ye suicide and suicide prevention. And of course, looking at what we are celebrating today on the show, the entire world is looking at International Age Diversity Day, Norma. Is it as it says, as the name say?
Yes, basically we are just encouraging good same 17 people are very, very needed in an organization to give that multi-general workforce. So diversity is very important. People must be hired despite their age, despite their gender, despite their ethnicity, guys. So basically we're just looking at the workforce being diverse and the benefits of having a workforce that is diverse, because we know that young people come with brilliant creative ideas because it's 2024, but the people that may be considered to be older than the younger people also provide experience and expertise because maybe basuke bagla organization for a long time. So that's what we're looking at today. So basically it seeks to encourage a multi-general workforce in every sector, and this was founded by Age of Diversity Forum, founded in 2019 basically. So basically encouraging inclusivity. It doesn't matter ukuthi umncane noma umdala noma wena so middle age. We need every other person in the organization so that your input also matters and the other person's input also matters, so that we combine a power workforce so that everything runs smoothly in an organization. And oftentimes I know that young people are faced with the predicament of applying for job opportunities experience, and most of the time the question always is, how are we supposed to get experience if we are not given the opportunity to even start? So that's food for thought on International Day International Age Diversity Day, you know, young people should also be given the opportunity you know, give them a chance, maybe a grace period of 3 months, see how well they do. If they don't do well, then, you know, that's time for them to go. But basically just to encourage, you know, the employers as well to say that a experience I book, but it's not in every other case or not in every other scenario, because young people are hungry out there, young people are creative, and they're just eager to work. So that's what we're looking at today. Yeah.
I know. I'm sure that the out of school, out of university or tertiary young people watching right now are happy about you, because you just out here, you know, standing up for them, you know, which is really true. And of course, I think we see diversity, you know, also is a catalyst of, you know, innovation and creativity. You didn't need a younger person's opinion. In the community, the country at large, you do need different or diverse opinions, you know. Let's just embrace each other, come together and build a great nation. And of course, today is Acne Positivity Day. It is a kind of a skin condition. Let's affect my adolescence. 13, 14, 15, going up your teen years. That's when you struggle most. Acne hormonal changes, you know, emtimbeni wakho kuyakhona ukuthi kuyibange acne ukuthi inyuke noma mhlambe ibe sezingeni lesetulu, you know, khanze ukuthi isikhumba sakho sesiba nama irritations, inflammations also, you know. Acne ke iyahlukahlukana, lokunye kuma pimples, blackheads, whiteheads, you know, bumps on your skin, you know, you can name it. There's different types of acne. That is what we're looking at today on the show. And of course, there's treatments for acne, you know, ungazama wena ukuthi uyelaphe mhlambe endlini using home remedies, but that is not recommended. Hamba uye kudokotela, mhlambe wesikhumba, mhlambe uyi-nutritionist, mhlambe uyi-dietitian, you know, uyova ukuthi kudla lengakudla in order for me to balance up, you know, the hormones in my body, kuze ukuthi tibuyele ma pH levels abuyela balance kahle, ma hormones amachubeke akhona ukuthi isikhumba sami asende siglow sibe sinhle, yini lengakudla, yini ma supplements lengawathatha. So it's important before you take those home remedies of yours, lestakela wona mhlambe uyagooglisha, find them on YouTube, you know. Yes, they do help certain people, but will you get the help that the next person or the other person did get from that remedy? So it's important to consult your doctor, go to your GP, screen test. And of course, we do have random facts on a Health Tuesday, right? What is it that you found on the net that is random but factual?
Basically, let me just wait for, you know, our team to pull up a picture, but basically in Kanzaguti, there's a random fact that says Emma nightmares agupata gakulu when you are sleeping in a cold room. So my random fact says sleeping in a cold room increases chances of having a nightmare. The colder, excuse me, your room is, the higher the chances you will have a nightmare. Guys, but I don't know, I'm just, you know, maybe it was a coincidence, but this is my random fact for today. I don't know, maybe you guys have, you know, the same experiences as well, maybe you don't, but this is my random fact. High chances are you might get a nightmare at night.
Okay, so do you know about the 4 elements of the zodiac signs?
Which ones are those ones?
There are 4 elements, and there's the zodiac signs.
Yes.
You are which sign are you?
Libra.
A Libra. Okay,
yes.
So today we find out which element you fall under or you fall in.
Okay,
you know,
I didn't know there were
the 4 elements of the zodiac signs,
okay.
right? So the first one, it is the fire element. You know, so if you are in Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you fall under that element. So if you're a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you fall under the water element. And if you are Earth, that means you're a Taurus, you are a Virgo, which is myself, or you are a Capricorn. Then the Earth element, there's the Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So La Panga Pasi that describes or gives you a description of, you know, what a fire element, what are the characteristics of caliber for a person that falls under the fire element. If you're a Virgo like myself, you are Earth, you're dependable, grounded, reliable, materialistic, loyal, and practical. You know, what's your star sign? You're a Libra.
Libra,
you're powerful, creative, fun, ideas, you're adventurous and exciting.
Okay. Fire, water, earth, air.
Yeah, so those are the 4 elements of the zodiac signs.
All right, that's a beautiful and informative random fact, guys. Yeah, that's it for our random fact. And it being a Health Tuesday, we do have our guest, the artist. Let's see, ban like maybe a local celebrity, maybe an international celebrity. So it's usually a blurred picture of an artist. Yeah, we want you to participate by telling us from venue. You can just tag the Golden Hour on Eswatini TV and Eswatini_TV on Instagram, guys. Why is it giving gospel artist?
Yeah, it is. The high top. The high top is giving that lady.
Yeah, definitely. Even the pose. I think it's giving gospel artist.
It's giving gospel CD album cover.
Yes, it is. Back in the day, guys. If you know, you know how we used to listen to gospel music all the time.
Yeah, so if you know, hit us up. Not just have a guess. Sangad, not sure, hesitant. But if you think you know, hit us up. Kumbula, go to my page, Eswatini TV on Facebook. It's Eswatini TV, Eswatini_TV on Instagram. Let's take a breather. When we come back, we have our entertainment report ready.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready with our entertainment report for today on a Health Tuesday. So the first thing I want to talk about, oh my gosh, I'm talking really, really fast, is Whitney Houston's 1994 South African tour that is set to hit theaters in October, guys. So Whitney Houston's epic concert in South Africa, staged after President Nelson Mandela's landmark election, will be hitting theater screens. So Houston's performance in 1994 has been turned into a fully remastered theatrical release called The Concert for a New South Africa, Durban, according to a statement from several collaborators, including Houston's estate, Sony Music. So the limited theatrical screening will debut October 23rd and feature the late singer's never seen before, concert shows from Durban, South Africa. The project will come ahead of a new live album titled The Concert for a New South Africa, Durban, as I mentioned, which will be released later on, in November 8th. So, and I open quote, Pat Houston said she loved South Africa, Whitney Houston that is, she loved the people and she loved Nelson Mandela. And Pat Houston is the singer's sister-in-law and Houston estate executor, who is an executive producer on the concert film. So basically, we are looking forward to, seeing Guti in 1994 when Whitney Houston was still young, was still very energetic and, loved in South Africa, especially by the late former President Nelson Mandela. How did it go down in her epic South African tour? And this will be debuted on October 23rd. I hope that people that are Whitney Houston lovers or fans will definitely enjoy this one, guys. Her most favorite song is I Will Always Love You. And, we still listen to it even today. So I'm very excited for this one myself.
Yeah, Whitney Houston, I don't have much to say.
But but
South Africa is the right sport, and it has practically become the retirement home, old age home for, legendary artists.
Yes.
Sikbonile logo Delicious Festival. They decided after Janet Jackson cancelled, decided to bring the likes of Busta Rhymes, who's also a legendary American hip hop artist, right? Yeah. And speaking of Janet Jackson, it is alleged that Janet Jackson, after cancelling, from the Delicious Festival, she's currently on a Europe tour.
What?
Yeah. So she cancelled South Africa. South Africans are really angry about that. Yeah. But then, speaking of Delicious Festival, the 2024 Delicious Festival, we're taking a look at some of the highlights. Who was there? So the DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival took place in Midrand, South Africa, and it took place over the past weekend, an international food and music festival that is believed to unite people through food, music, arts, and fashion. So this year's festival, as always, American hip-hop legend Busta Rhymes and international pop sensation Jason Derulo, Thandi Somazwai and G-Force take to stage with individual performances, whilst a special 30th years of creative freedom show the likes of Casper Nyovest, Robot Boy, Reason, Mags, Touchline, Younger Chief, Folkadistic, Okmaluma Kilcat, and Morafe perform an ensemble, right? So those are just a few artists that, you know, were part of the lineup at Delicious Festival this year. An exciting one as always, right?
Yeah.
Also saw the likes of Boom Shaka, you know, in a comeback again, you know, in the music scene, which was really exciting, you know, to see Tembi Siye, they're back with a bang, you know, in music. She still got what it takes to be, you know, who she was during those times, the early 2000s, you know, when a lot of us got exposed to Boom Shaka music.
Yeah, definitely. And Busta Rhymes has been trending for offering an amount of money, which $5,000 because there was someone that stole a lady's phone when they were out clubbing, guys. So that you should also watch out for. Those are some of the things that happened post the Delicious Festival, guys, when everyone went to an after party of some sort to celebrate. So yeah, people are trending in South Africa, and of course, you know, international artists coming to grace the South African stages is very beautiful to see, because so that is very amazing. And bringing it closer to home, or bringing it to our homeland, we are speaking about the Shiselweni Umhlanga Reed dance, guys. Now, in as much as it was cold, in as much as, you know, the weather was not in our favor this past weekend, but people definitely showed up. Maidens definitely showed up to the Shiselweni Umhlanga Reed dance. And of course, there's a lot of things that happened, but which is, of course, we normally know ukuthi kuyagecwa umhlanga, ulahle umhlanga, kugidveke. But my highlights, and one thing that I wanted to touch base on and talk about, is Princess Ntsamveni and Princess Nolikwa making their debut paired dance at the annual ceremony, guys. So it was the cutest thing that I have ever seen on social media. They are so cute, and of course, just, you know, being proud of what it is to be a Liswati maiden. And of course, I'm sure Her Royal Highness Nkosikazi Lafokian is so proud of them, guys. I'm telling you, there was nothing so cute that I saw on my social media timelines. But if you want to see what I'm talking about, let us see their video.
Well, that's what's exciting about being part of Umhlanga. Unfortunately, so Pelile Umhlanga until next year, hopefully, to see this beautiful duo back again with a bang in 2025. Then looking at some of the events that are coming up, you know, this coming weekend, with a high tea event. There's so many high tea events that I've seen in the country. So because originally high tea, event actually that started out in the UK. Event lena liyaqalwa mangisi, you know, in the afternoon, you know, to socialize, interact, over light meals, like, your finger foods, your snacks, but then bantu ke ngalana, and this part of the world and probably the rest of the world, adopted this idea, high tea, tineke sesayisebenzisa high tea for mingling, with business people. Nami mhlambe ngumuntu in a different field of academia, mhlambe kulenye business, you want to mingle with those people, and get to find out what they are up to. So Eswatini's high tea is believed to be one of the annual events for people and business to connect and network. Seyibuyile on a hiatus for a couple of years for so many reasons, especially during COVID-19. Seyibuyile with a bang. But on the 29th of September, itabe ikse Silverstone Lodge. So there's a couple of speakers that are part or built to speak, at this particular high tea. To Celeste Jacobs Richards will be part of the speakers. A clinical psychologist, she'll be part of those. Nicholas Mamba is Nicholas Wendani. For some of us that do not know what he does, kunapanele WJLM lesmatika kakhulu ukuthi YouTuber noma content creator tosifundisa kebanele ukuthi how do you make money, earn a living out of just creating content. He will be part of the speakers. So a topic yalonyaka it's angels in the sun, parenting. So babuka kakhulu single parents, if you want to be inspired, motivated and learn from the best with some of the speakers that will be part of the high tea, make sure that you buy a ticket and make your way there. Skati netfuba liseko. Now, one other interesting thing about this high tea is the fact that as Katin listening, it is attended mostly by the ladies, but what also is the cherry on top is that men are welcome to attend the Eswatini High Tea 2024. So if you're a gentleman, if you think you got the right or proper swag, to make it to this one, make sure that you buy a ticket and make your way there, be inspired and learn from the best. High Tea Geleo. One of the best. We've seen one, attended one. Hopefully this one will be a success too.
Yeah, definitely. This coming weekend, guys, high tea, events are always just something that you can learn from. You mingle with different people and you get different expertise on different topics. So I'm sure that people that have the means to go and attend this event will go and attend it, because this is from us to you guys, a plug of things that you can do during the weekend on the golden hour. And of course, we are done with our entertainment report for today. With that being said, Asesmite Emat will be right back on the show with so much more.
It's your golden
a show where we interview inspirational young professionals who are making a real impact in their industries and reshaping our world. This is Young Climber.
My dream and my mission is to be a tangible example of a dream realized. You don't choose where you are born, of course, but you decide where you end up.
Our conversations spark ideas, fuel ambition, and elevate your career path. These are the stories that change your perspective on life, conversations that shape entrepreneurs and move careers forward. If you are serious about your career development, you can't afford to miss this show. Join me, Tabelo Dlamini, every Tuesday at 6:30 for Young Climber, where every episode could be your next big breakthrough.
It's your golden.
Good day, everyone. It's an exciting day. Hope that you guys had a beautiful one. It is time for us to talk about all that matters. It's time for us to talk about some of the hard-hitting, issues or topics that concern young people in the kingdom of Eswatini. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi namhla nibe nethuba ukuthi nihlale phasi nisijoyine and be part of our conversation. The biggest topic today is suicide. Sike saba nalo lithuba ehleni golden hour ukuthi sikhulumise indaba ye suicide, but sisikhulumisile mbijana. Today I'm excited that I'm not alone. It is just not me and an expert, but it is me and a panel of young people, right? Sibonga kakhulu World Health Organization even lakangwane lende ukuthi kube possible, for us to sit down and have this conversation today. And of course, their partners, we have the Ministry of Health in collaboration with World Vision. We're super excited about this one. Suicide, njengoba sike sakhuluma phambilini ukuthi the theme for 2024, it is changing the narrative on suicide. What's going in on young people's minds? Want to get into their minds today and find out what's their take on our subject today. And of course, I'm not alone, as I've said. Part of the panel today, we have for the second time on the Golden Hour, Cindy Sobembe from the Ministry of Health, who is a mental health nurse, joining us to give us, pearls, from a perspective of an expert, right? Thank you so much for joining us, Cindy, sir. How was your day today?
Thank you so much, Nopila. My day has been great. I've been singing all day. As you can tell, my voice is gone. But I'm very glad to be here again to continue with the conversation that we started as per our theme. Start the conversation. I'm also excited, as you mentioned, that we have other people to continue the conversation with. Thank you
so much. We also have Snenkosi Makhanya and Songomnyama joining us today. She's part of the panel. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Thank you. How was your day?
My day was good. Yes, it was very fine.
Okay. Then next to Snegosi, we have Eve Nsibande, also a very young person living in the Kingdom of Eswatini, part of the panel today. Eve, how was your day? How are you doing so far?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My day was being excited to come all along from Hlangano to here. I'm glad.
Sibese siba nelijaha laka Ndlovu, sinaye Mvelo wakaNdlovu, who's the only gent in the building, and part of our discussion in the panel today. Mvelo, how are you doing? How was your day?
I'm doing good. My day was great. How are you?
Okay, let's get into it, guys. Young people, thank you so much for joining us again. Let's talk about this, right? First things first, what is it that's so exciting and maybe that you like about being a young person living in the Kingdom of Eswatini? Because our topic today is suicide. Before we get into that, Sneh, what's exciting about being young?
What they say you only become young once. So being young, I've got to capture all the moments, learn from my mistake at my early age, do what I love, find out what I want with my life. And being young is so exciting, guys. Like your sun energy, we're still doing things, even though they are so weird, but we learn from them, even the scariest ways. But in young people, we go for them. We don't mind. Yes.
Yeah. Eve, you're in your early 20s, what's so exciting about, being a young lady at that stage of life?
Yeah, kuba ngumlomusha nje umncane kungijabulisa kakhulu just because mina nginalo lithuba ngisenemathuba lamanenge khona ukulungisa imvoto yami ngi-achieve igoal engilifunako without being affected ngentinto ukuthi mhlambe khona ukutamisa endleleni. Yeah, that's what I like on.
Okay, then Mvelo, from your side, what is it that, being a young man, a Swati young man at your age, would you say would make a 40-year-old Sabawell to be you?
Yeah, being young is great. Yeah, being a young man like me is great because you are still active and you have a chance to choose your life, your path. Yeah, so that, yes, they say life begin at 40, but here in early 20s is where you build your future. Yeah, so it's very important to do everything in that age. Yeah, so that you can have a great future.
Great future indeed. So a research by WHO states that plus minus 700,000 people between the ages of 16 and 29 lose or take their own lives, through suicide. It's hurting, it's painful, disheartening. I don't want to even think about it. But from a perspective of young people, what do you think makes your peers, young people, take their own lives?
Okay, I'll start here about what I have seen in my community. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm from Hlangano, Eswatini. Yeah, most of the young people that take their lives is because of mental health issues. Yeah, when you find out that mental health issues can affect you psychologically, the inner being. Yeah, so yeah, like you find out yourself in that you impregnate a girl and you don't have money, yeah, to support a child, yeah, and you don't have someone to tell. You're afraid to tell other people about your situation, yeah, born. And other thing that can like in healthy thing, yeah, you see, yeah, you find that you are HIV positive, you see, and you don't have knowledge about HIV. You see, you can find a solution of taking your life. I think it's what makes the young people to take their lives. And the other thing is that you find that other families are child-headed families. Yeah, yeah, they have financially issues. They don't know how to support the other kids from their home. There, you see, their siblings are suffering. To see your siblings suffering is not easy.
It's really not easy. And to also remind our viewer that, the young people joining us today in their early 20s, we're talking to out of school young people, whatever perspective or opinion that you get from them, it is from someone who's outside of school that is going through life, and its hurdles. There's a lot that happens outside of school. And school's a bit comfortable and all that because you still have the parents, funding most of, everything. But, from your perspective, Eve, maybe from a young lady, what do you think makes maybe girls even, to take their own lives?
Labaningi bamfela abasha kuze bayinte tincumelwe bakuthi bathathe impilo tabo kuba like lo munye akakhona emukela simo sakhe sekuthi mhlambe uboyfriend wakhe umtshela ukuthi une simo segciwane ukuthi simo sakhe sengadingi lesiso lesikahle and loyo mfombatana ngabe bekavana naye utoba nalokuthi sokuthi hey ngilele naye and without protection mhlambe nami nginayo leyo simo sengadle sibesikabi vele utoba nokucabala okunengi abe nekusaba nokusinda isibhedlela bangishawuthe ngcono ukuthi vele sale ngithatha impilo yami acabanga ukuthi ibulala uyabona into lengekho right so vele indebhekana into empilweni lekunye kuba ama job opportunities ukuthi lengakithi kudima isebenzi selemakhaya sidependa bo boyfriends lokuthi usinela aba boyfriend bagcine basihle ukuthi basibulale just because lenye into asifuna ukudenda nabo ngalokuthi bona bayakhona ukuthi basponsorisha ngaleto amount of money abanayo uyabona vele vele kumatima sidosa kakhulu as
Right. Snare, uside udzabka kuphi? Suka kuphi? Enhlangano. Yebo yilokhu banga ukuthi bantu labasha mhlambe from where you're from, your constituency, and maybe from what you've also seen, read in the newspapers, what is the cause, of that young people taking their own lives?
From where we come from, in our stages in life, then to a point in time when then as a young person, like then boom, you get pregnant, and you were on the way nabo. They tend to because there's something there's something wrong now, and then you feel like you're bang rejected because now I'm pregnant, and the moments they are not there. You so wedwana and kuba stress cause during pregnancy as Kat said too, it's hard yabo. So usale wedwana so kuba lukhuni, then the only way is just to take your life.
Yeah, the big word or term that I'm getting, from an analysis of, what the young people are saying today, stigmatization. There's the stigma, that they face, whether you get pregnant, you have HIV and AIDS, or any other, ailment, in life, you get stigmatized. That is one of the key reasons why they decide, maybe there's no need for me to live anymore. Let me take my life. From an expert's, point of view, what have you seen?
Okay, thank you, Dr. what I'm getting before the stigma, I'm hearing judgment. Like young people bangena kuma decisions when they're not ready. Utsite sne ushayis, you know. So if you're not ready, then you will not be able to face the consequences, and then the stigma that you're talking about will overwhelm you, because vele in society people are judging us, even though singakakuceli. So when people are judging you, you'll not be able to handle that, and we are here to talk about that. Lokuthi asesiyekele to stigmatize people, but simemukele kule mistake lakayendile, be it udlale kabi waba HIV positive, udlale kabi wamithisa noma kudlale kabi kwaba khona lo mithako. But we are just here to talk about that, kuthi asibamukele bahlobo bethu nale youth and help them, because as you heard them bathi yathi sile ku future thine la sikhona khona, we want to go to a future.
Yeah. Speaking of help now, uti Cindy, so asemugelane, let's help each other. We live in a world of social media now. Everything is thrown on social media. Siyakubona konke social media gendega. There's people that even write or post, messages of threatening to take their own lives, suicidal messages. Guys, how do you help? A friend. You see that social media post asne umngane akho ebona le post ufake like Facebook or maybe even on Twitter. Sadly, Twitter, people can be attacking and all that, but how do you help a friend in that scenario?
In our generation, like we don't understand each other. So everybody thinks if I'm going through what, I can't basically what I'm going through, because fear if what I'm going through and stuff, then it pins a. That's why it's too late. But I would advise someone in our community we have this ladies group where we meet and we talk. I prefer he or she will go to labo, I don't know, what is it? Professional. Yes, those are the ones that I can assure you that I can help you. But in our generations, as chronic it's just so possible.
But maybe, Eve, what do you think we can do, to help that friend? So posting, like, what, guys, I think this is the end of it. I'm done. I don't want to leave anymore. For whatever reason, behind that decision. How do you step in to help someone?
Mina lokubhekene naye ngaba nokuthi advise ngimtshele lawo magama ukuthi this is not the end of the world, akupheleli lana, and lokunye ngisitha ngako, you can come to me sikucoce and sitshele somebody simthembako le bangasikhona ukuspecial like sinabo bo Andy ka Vision, siyakhona ukutshela abantu esibathembako lama communities, sinehambe sitokhona ukuthola counseling ma therapist, uyabona ukuthi atokhona counseleka leyo muntu angacabanga into lento batocabanga nekuyenda. Yeah, because thina abantu labasha vele asithemba semana lokujajana siyahleba sohamba lo mphakathi uyakwati wena uyabona. That's only indlela bengamsida ngayo mina.
Okay, Mvelo, then baye bathi nabakhuluma abantu abadala even bathi singumliba leya phambili, young people are the future of the country, asesithi WHO akekho, asesithi Ministry of Health akekho in a world vision, to maybe give share solutions, bring solutions to this issue that we're facing, is suicide. What do we do? How do we help each other as young people? Njengoba ngibekisile ngale post social media.
Yeah, angithathe kanje lena. Ngashiyana ngekuthi umuntu lesimo la so us-addressa kanjani to people. And most of the people are not vocal. Yeah, some people need to be vocal so that you can solve any issue that he or she faces. Yabo ngayithatha nje ngibekela kuthenini umuntu mangabe asetenkingeni uthi ngakuthi uhlalisane naye phansi nicocisane ngaleyo nkinga advise, and you think kumele kube nawe ube psychologically fit, because this thing we are talking about is a mental health. Yabo mental health issues, it affects the psychology and and get the person to a depression or we call it other stressors yabo. So uzodinga ukuthi umuntu uhlale naye phasi nixoxisane nibonisane mangabe ubona ukuthi uyehluleka, you can go to the pastor yabo, or kulamanye ama-elders akhona in a community yabo abazokwazi ukuthi bamluleke bathi uyabo la sikhona khona nathi sindlulile la ukhona khona yabo. And most of the people have been through a lot yabo, they've been through a lot, but guess what, banqobile yabo. Every king has felt the way yabo. Every lonke lisotsha likhona lindlule emadimeni yabo. So akukho alikho, there is no honor on that yabo. Iloko nje ukuthi ngamtshela akacine mani abe akhona ukuphusha phambili yabona. They say ukhozi uma lindiza lifisana nethinto letiningi, the higher you go the colder it become yabo. So the time umuntu uya phambili lekhathi khona uzohlangabezana nenkinga eziningi yabo. So iloko ngamtshela nje ukuthi akaqinisele.
Yeah, and we're young people, you know, we study, we work, you know, you learn so many things, you know, in the communities, you know, there's projects, you're part of something, there's AI now, there's technology. We need to take advantage of, you know, such, you know, opportunities or platforms, you know, to come up with solutions. Mhlambe yasisithi with social media, we have an emergency helpline, you know, you press the button or number, you know, and then it sends you straight to Cindy's, or who's a mental health nurse, you know, connect for that emergency help. We need to just think outside of the box, you know, really as young people. And, you know, now let's talk about, you know, why are we shy and scared to talk about suicide, guys? Really, right? We would say treatment with a mental health nurse. We are you know what? Angakhona ukuthi ngite esikolweni or be part of, you know, a gathering because I'm attending therapy, I'm taking treatment, you know, for suicide. You know, why are we scared to open up about that, even to the closest person? Eve, why do you think we are so scared to open up?
Lokhu ngilongenta ukuthi usabe, it's just that lo muntu lo tomtshela utoba nekukujaja naye kulisuthi uhamba akukhuluma, uyabona naloko kuyakucinzetela, but uyabona. So vele akuba likhulu ukuthi sikhulume sibatshelele abantu, unless nangabe naloyo muntu lo methembako ukuthi no, lona vele is the right person ukuthi ngakhuluma na and angangisitha ukuthi size sifuthi sigcine kungisokuphumile kule nkinga lenginayo.
Sine, some of us females, girls, why are we scared? Is it because of an ego thing? You know, angifuni kuvela ngi-weak, you know, kuband for society. Why is it?
Confidence yethu shem, it's too high yabo. In everything we do sine confidence yabo. The moment sengihlulekile yo ay ngiba ne depression lenengakhulu kuze kufike ukuthi vele shothi kude lengakwenda nabe ngihlule ngiloko, maybe the simplest thing kuyasihlula yabo. I-confidence yethu isetulu kakhulu sibantu abasha, and akukahle kuba ne-confident, but there are some things yabo lomele bese uba phasi, but yo, i-confidence is killing us, guys. Kude lofuna ku-admita ukuthi yabo mina ngihlulekile, ngize yabona kude lofuna ku-admita lokho.
Does also maybe let's get it from, you know, a gent's perspective, Mvelo. You know, to you guys, nani ningafuni ukuthi your egos be bruised, you know, for whatever reason, you know. Yindo kwenda mhlambe bobodi banga khulumi and open up maybe to another person about suicide.
Okay. Men or gentlemen are not talkative. Yeah, so and the bayel sabi class. Yeah, bo. And the like if umuntu wesilisa ngizokhipha inkinga zami ziye komunye, it means I'm not a man yabo. If I'm a man, I have to conquer everything in front of me, not telling other people. Yeah, so into iba lapho kuthenini angeke ngizotshela omunye umuntu ukuthi hey ngisenkingeni kanje yabo, ngoma ngi-attenda nakunanako yabo, ngoma lo muntu lo uzongijaja yabona. Nalokuthi nje ngiluza lokutethemba kwami nangisemphakathini yabona. Sengathi mangihamba wonke umuntu uyangibuka ukuthi kubhaliwe ukuthi ngineyinkinga yabo. I think it's what makes us to be afraid or to be ashamed.
Yeah, mhlawumbe ngalenye ilanga sike sesikhulumise bobhuti bodva nje, you know, and just get to understand, you know, maybe as females, as women, you know, ukuze ukuthi sitokhona to approach you kahle, you know, because you also as guys go through the same things that we go through, but how you deal with those things is different from how we do maybe as ladies, you know. Unfortunately, we have to round this up. Cindy, so sebakhulumile bandla basha, ngibeka njengale bakhuluma bathi wena njani bona bane energy bangagijima malagone bamnyuke, you know, without a problem, you know. But you know, what is your final word, you know, from what they've spoken today? What could you say?
Thank you so much, Nopela. I like how they are talking about the confidence. Vele at this age, they feel like they know it all. They can solve everything. Uthi uyambonisa uthi wena anze mina ngikugele. Go. Now you had your time to solve your problems and make mistakes. Naming negative cards. So if you feel that confidence vele sometimes it ugly mad, it's okay kuti buyisa pass, which was a beautiful point. Kuti buyisa pass ulalele labasembili kuti okay lana phuma so. You're also talking about kuti ngikhona ukukhuluma nasine, ngikhona ukukhuluma na Eve ngoba utong judge. If over Eve ngathi utop judge, ungamjudge now. So saqala sobabili sabawe ukuthi ngasuke umjudge hlisa lokujudge nawe uhlise lokujudge sizobe sesisiya khona, uyabona, kutshelana letinkinga sikhone kubambisana. Okay, same thing nema males, it sounded like it's the same thing. They also are afraid to be judged because they feel they have to solve everything. They are men, they're problem solvers. You can't solve everything. Even if you would be 70, right? You won't be able to solve everything. You need people to help you, and there are structures laga khona njengoba nibalile laga tokhona kunisita, but amongst each other asiyekeleni lokujajana, sisitane, be there for your sister, be there for your brother. Itawuhambeka le ndlela.
Well, that's it for our conversation today on suicide. The theme is changing the narrative on suicide. Batsi Baga World Health Organization, hashtag start the conversation, or hashtag start a conversation. Qala a conversation, qala ukukhulumisana noma leyo ngxoxiswano ekhaya amongst friends, you know, in the community, even in the country at large. We hope that you guys had a beautiful time today, learned so much from the young people. They are fired up, and you've been able to get their perspective about our topic today. And of course, we're grateful to Cindy, who gave us expert advice and guidance, you know, when it comes to this topic. Thank you so much, WHO, for making this possible. And of course, Eswatini TV, your number one home for local entertainment. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
It's your golden
Be sure to catch Business Watch every Wednesday between 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., where we feature the latest updates on business news, market trends, and exclusive interviews with industry leaders, as well as insights on emerging small and medium enterprises in the commercial sector. Business Watch, your business leader.
Kude lesinye isikhathi ngaphandle kwalesi.
Abaresearche bafunze.
Being risky means ukuthi nalokuwa kwayo kulula.
Nathi kufuna sente ukukhiqiza lokhu sekungile.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, on a Health Tuesday. So we're just, talking more on suicide prevention and what causes people, to take their lives. And we hope that definitely have someone to confide in when there's something that is just bothering you or something that is making you have a lot of anxiety, or a lot of depression. So we hope that the conversation will definitely be driving change in our local communities, in our personal lives, and the lives of people that we have around us. What about now? It's time for us to take a look at what happened today in history. So what we are looking at is the fact that former president of South Africa, his name was Thabo Mbeki, resigned from presidency in 2008. And of course, we want to talk about, Hajj to Mecca. What's happening then?
Yebo, lihambo lolukhulu lolunoma lelithathwe ma-Muslim njalo ngeminyaka, bahamba baye eMecca, their ultimate place of pilgrimage, of worship, kuseMecca ke lapho njengoba ubona eMecca. That's the picture of how this place really looks like. So kuthiwa ngeminyaka 2015 about 769 people died kuwaba nestampede sabakhona on their way to Mecca because it was flocked. But again, estimated number of 2,400. Later on, it's not the 769 people, but about 2,400 people actually died from that walk to Mecca, the Hajj to Mecca. That is really one unfortunate incident that happened in 2015.
And we do have birthdays today. We're celebrating Ben Platt, who was born in 1993, American actor and also a a musician rather is what I meant to say. That is a picture of him right there.
And then we also have one other birthday, WWE executive Stephanie McMahon, born in 1976. Turns 48 today. We celebrate her too. Those are the birthdays we had for you guys today. It is the 24th of September, still our birthday month. My sister is born on the 26th, so it's just an exciting month. You're born on the 27th.
Yes,
it's really a blessed and beautiful month. I hope that you guys learned a thing or two. Namhla we held Tuesday learning golden hour nafunza ngayo suicide ikakhulu besifuna ngena engqondweni noma mhlambe sithola perspective yabantu labasha ukuthi what is their take on the topic of suicide. Siyabuya kusasa same time, but before we do that, do we have a picture?
Let's reveal our artist, guys. Guting Bani.
This could be ribs. This looks like ribs. We get it.
Yes, that is Rebecca Malope, guys. As we mentioned, Mastala, we had a hint. It was her. So congratulations to the people that guessed it right. And of course, keep participating in our Guess the Artist challenges. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Same time. Good night.
It's your golden hour. You slow down time.
Sanibonani, welcome and good evening. Welcome back to Young Climber. It is another day to profile a successful business, Liswati, right here in the heart of the manufacturing town of Eswatini. It is Matapa, and we are talking to Sandile Mavuso, who talks to us about Sibongile beverages and how he is bringing kombucha and iced tea to the world. And with that said, introducing today's guest, Sandile Mavuso, joining us right here on Young Climber. Sandile, welcome to Young Climber.
Thank you. Welcome to the viewers as well.
Cela siqale nje ngawe, asikhulume ngayo upbringing and how it has shaped you as a person to be where you are today. Sikhulumisa ukuthi wenda ini kanjani.
Okay.
But kukhula kwakho bekintfwele njani nje?
So I grew up at Tambut. My parents bekahlala eTambut khona.
Yeah.
But I grew up all over the country, to be fair, because mani ngihlala khona. Bulembu, Ngonini, Espiki, I grew up everywhere.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you were hopping the country basically.
I was hopping the country.
And kukhula kwakho bekunjani, and how did it contribute to the person that you are today?
So kukhula kwami, I think we contributed kaningi because my parents were independent minded, especially my mom. My father too. They were encouraged ukuthi umuntu apursue lokho lakufunako. They encourage a lot of independent thinking, a lot of experimentation. Baba usually bekasho ukuthi umfana kumele ubhoreke because that's when you imagine and be able to imagine things.
Yeah.
I think konke lokho labakufaka kimi it what let me ukuthi ngibe ngilangikhona khona.
And now let's talk about your time at St. Mark's High School.
Of course.
How has it contributed to your thinking and your development as a person? Sixoxele nje ngesikhathi sakho sase-St. Mark's.
Ngiyahleka. No, St. Mark's played a huge role empilweni yami because St. Mark's first of all was a culture shock. Kuqala St. Mark's is more like a middle income school.
Okay.
At that time angathi
Yes.
it was, and then mina bengiqhamuka esikoleni saseGasi. Kufika khona it's more like a culture shock, seeing a lot of people ebengeke interaction nabo before. But most importantly at St. Mark's lokwadlala inzima kakhulu is the fact that I was able to join their home economics department. That's it. Nafunzi home economics from Form 1 to Form 5.
Really?
I was the only guy in Form 5, the only man.
Yeah.
Khona bonke bafana benda ITD, technical drawing at that time, and then mina bengenda food and nutrition. So it played a huge role, and at the